I'm just not speaking very much, I'm just running. I'm not, this is not an official stream. I'm just having a bit of a run out. I am looking at Facebook chat if you want to say anything, say hi. But I'm not going to be talking an awful lot. Just running. Couldn't get the stream started initially. Got to stop and take my jumper off as well in a minute. Unless I can manage to do it whilst running on the treadmill. That is actually quite a bad idea. And I need to try and catch that little pace spot up as well up there. Quite a lot in this little group, isn't there? 14 kilometres are going, 14 and a half kilometres, and Tim's running. This is really just junk miles, to be honest. I'm trying to do 100k a week. So I've got to do about 20 miles tomorrow outdoors. So I just needed to make up some miles really. So there's no real plan, no real goal. Just get miles under the legs, into the legs. I'm going to catch up to the pace bot and then just sit behind it. I'm going to risk taking my jumper off. Now what do I do? This is the risky part. Got it. Always a chance of smashing the light above. Right, let's make a concerted effort to catch up with the pace bot. And then hopefully I can relax. Alright Jinxie, not too bad. We were supposed to get up for parkrun this morning, but the kids didn't want to get up, so we bailed on that. So I edited a video, which you might or might not have seen, of Victoria's big half marathon a couple of weeks ago. So I edited that, and then I went out for 6k along the seafront, just had my dinner, and now we're doing 14k on Zwift, and that's it. That's my day. Actually, I didn't finish all my dinner, so I'm gonna finish it after this. We're very slowly catching the pace spot. Hi Stuart, thanks for the thumbs up. Thanks for the ride on C Watts. Let's get behind that pace spot. Thanks Persh, just passing Pesh from Germany behind me. And Jay Rodriguez has just completed a weekly distance challenge. Well done. See if I can give a ride on. Yeah, just a half for the day, and then hopefully I'm going to try and get out and do 20 miles or 20 miles tomorrow. That should bring me up to 100k for the week, 62 miles, and then we'll do another one of them next week. And then a couple of weeks of relaxing a bit, and then another 100-mile race. Although not really a race, it's just taking it easy. I'm not, as much as running 100 miles can be taken easy, I'm not racing it. Put it that way. Thanks Danny, Ryan I think it is. It is a real Zwift bottle, two of them, real Zwift bottles, but I don't really use them very much. I don't use them at all really. Slowly catching the pace spot, and then we slow down and sit behind it. Hi Tim. Three kilometers done in 16 minutes. Still in zone 3, 140 beats per minute. It's not snowing outside, but it's very cold. It was snowing a bit this morning. Looks like Jay Rodriguez is sitting right behind that bot, so I'm going to join him. Okay, there we are. Right, so that little bot there is sitting in the sky saying 11.4 kilometers an hour, and it seems to be going slower than that all of a sudden. So we'll sit behind that for the next 10k and just try and comfortably knock out these kilometers. Do they have a formula for weight loss as a ratio to speed gain? I don't know if they do, to be honest. I think there are other variables to consider as well as just your weight. I mean, I suppose you could formulate something. Maybe there is something, I don't know. Google is probably your friend. Actually, come to think of it, I have heard people saying stuff like a kilogram is worth 5 minutes or something. Whether anything like that is true or not, I don't know. So me and Rodriguez are the only ones who are sitting behind the pace bot, going at the pace that the run is listed as. But it doesn't really matter. It's fine for people to go off faster or for people to run a bit slower. I just quite like the idea of sitting behind the pace bot and letting it take me for a ride, really. It feels like, in a way, I have to do less work. Thank you, Runes, for the ride on, or Runes, not sure how to pronounce it, from Norway. It's snowing up north. John, I could have made it to your run in the park this morning, but I was literally too lazy. Woke up at 8:20 and the kids didn't want to rush to go to park run, so we didn't do park run. And if I'd had my wits about me, I could probably have got myself together and come to do park run, but come to do run in the park, but I just didn't have the wherewithal to get myself organised. Now, I've got an idea. That bot, as well as showing pace, kilometres an hour and minutes per kilometre, could also give you news updates and other little tidbits of information. Because just seeing those two figures scrolling round and round is okay, and you do need it every so often, but I reckon that's quite a good little advertising banner as well. Could even make it a little bit wider and have scrolling text on it, so we can have a little read while we run, make the time pass a bit quicker. I keep having to alter the pace of my treadmill because it's one up is a bit too fast and one down is a bit too slow. Cool. That's big though. We don't want to go under it. Let's go back. I don't want to go under it. Let's drop back a little bit. I'm going to stick behind it. Looks like Rodriguez is pushing on a bit. That's it. David Adams question mark. You'll need to expand on that a bit more, David. It's not a bad idea, is it, John? Steve Beckett, where are you? John Mayfield. I mean, you don't need the pace information there all the time, do you? So, Hesh is catching us up behind, so maybe he's going to stay with the pace spot as well. And by the looks of it, Zwift has got me running at 11.1, but the bot is saying 11.4. We'll stick with the bot. Okay, David, what is Zwift? Well, welcome to Zwift. This is Zwift. Zwift is a game, a computer game, but it's also an online training tool. It's a social environment, a way to make your running on the treadmill a bit more enjoyable, a bit more bearable, because a lot of us hate running on the treadmill, don't we? But sometimes you've got no choice, you've got to do it. So this is a way to do it that makes it a bit more interesting. We're in a virtual world. All the people listed on the right hand side of the Zwift screen, but you can't see them, it's a bit small for you, but it'll come big in a minute. There we go. These are all real people, all on their treadmills, in their office or their garden or their shed or their... I wouldn't have thought they'd have one in their garden. Garage is what I meant to say, I think. So all these people are real people, and they are all real cyclists as well on their bike trainers, and it's a way to run that means you can stay near your family if you need to be at home, and you can have something interesting to look at and some goals to achieve and attain, because it's a game. You get points and you get prizes. So it's an app that you can download onto your computer or onto your iPad or your iPhone, and you just connect to the app either with a really expensive treadmill or with a footpod, which is quite cheap. And that's it really. We do lots of organised group runs, or you can just get on Zwift and run by yourself, just to get a feel for it all. We have a Monday run club, 7:30 UK time. Wednesday workout, 7:30 UK time. And John Hancock does a a run in the park, which is a bit like park run. If you're from the UK, you know about park run. It's a bit like park run, except on Zwift. So yes, I am falling a bit behind, aren't I? The pace spot, so we'll just get back up there. If you are new, this is Watopia, so this is an imaginary...
If you are interested in running on Zwift, then you do need a few things. First and foremost, access to a treadmill. You may have your own, you may need to go to a gym, but it doesn't matter what kind of treadmill you use. Secondly, if you are on a Mac or a PC, you will need a footpod, and that footpod needs to be an Ant Plus footpod. It needs to broadcast in Ant Plus. You will also need a USB stick to plug into your computer or Mac, and that will receive the signal from your Ant Plus footpod. If you're using an iOS device, it could be an iPad, an iPhone, or even Apple TV, then you will need a Bluetooth footpod, specifically a smart Bluetooth footpod. You can get them from Polar, you can get a Stride, or you can get a Milestone footpod. These all connect direct to your iOS device, so there's no need for anything extra. And that really is all you need to run on Zwift. So get that footpod, get access to a treadmill, and we'll see you on Zwift very soon.
Chilling out at around 142 beats per minute, heart rate. Stay in zone 3 at the moment. Hopefully we're not going to go up into zone 4 very much. Maybe we'll touch on it a bit, I don't know. But I don't really want to go into zone 4. Slowly creeping towards halfway on level 17. I think it was only last week I got to level 17, so we're getting through the levels fairly well. Slowing down again. Timing zones for marathon. I would say if you're really gunning it for a full marathon, you want to be jumping between zones 3 and 4. You don't really want to be going into zone 5 very much at all. You might peak 1 or 2 times in zone 5, but really for a solid kind of personal best or close to PB marathon, you want to be in zones 3 and 4, maybe 50% each or something for most of the run. If you're doing a marathon like a trail marathon where you're walking a lot of the hills and you're not gunning for a time, then you probably want to be in zones 2 and 3 and peaking into zone 4 occasionally. So that's what I'd say. A flat road marathon like London, where you're really kind of going a steady pace for the whole run, zones 3 and 4. So my max heart rate is about 180, maybe 185. If I was doing a marathon, I wouldn't really want to hit much more than 170, and I'd want my average to be 165, something like that maybe. I'm sure this pace bot gets faster and slower. Look, I'm ahead of it again now. Let's slow down a bit. See, heart rate's just going up a little bit, so we may well get into zone 4 before the end of the run. We've still got 8 kilometers to go. He's just sped up round that corner. Cheeky monkey. So Rodriguez is still behind me. Wonder what his heart rate's doing. Wonder if he's got a heart rate monitor on. Let's see. So I'm 140. He's 152. So a bit higher. He's working a little bit harder than me to keep with this pace. Oh, Jinxie, if your max heart rate is 195, then yeah, your zones will be different, but still, I'd still say zones 3 and 4. It's just that your heart rate will be higher than mine to get into those zones. He's definitely speeding up and slowing down, isn't he, that bot? Mind of his own. Cheeky thing. If you're looking and you're new here and you just don't know what's going on, do ask. So that's 7k done in 37 minutes, and I've managed to stay in zone 3 for half an hour, so that's good. So if we can stay in zone 3 for the next 25 minutes or so, half an hour, that'd be good. Getting ahead of the bot again. Look as he slows down. What's going on? Come on. Where have you gone? Hopping right above there, look. That's more like it. And now he's going to whiz away from me. Coming into the Italian village. There's Rodriguez behind me. Past the fountain. There's a mountain in the distance. And you can run right to the top of that mountain, up to the radio tower as it's called. There's the volcano. I think we're crossing over towards the volcano. We might get to run right through the centre of it. That'd be good. Over halfway now. Thanks for the ride on, John. I'm determined to stick with this bot, however fast it wants to go. Look, slowing down again down the hills. And speeding up again. Do you mean go by feel, Jinxie? Yeah, I think so. I must admit, I don't tend to look at my heart rate during the run, but in analysis after the run, that's when you get to see, you know, where your zones are and what you've been doing, and you know, with experience, you get to learn these things. And you know when you feel like you're working too hard. If you've done a few marathons, you know what it feels like to run at a certain pace. We've got Miguel behind us, about 15 seconds behind. Let's see what his heart rate is like. Give him a ride on. He is... Oh, he hasn't got a heart rate monitor on. Okay. So we can't tell how he's doing. I've just realised I haven't got any camera angles on, have we? Let's see if I can rectify that. There we are. Makes the views a bit more interesting. Me with my Hocker Cliftons on. I got Hocker Cliftons in real life as well. Oh no! Don't crash on me! Don't crash! Come on! I think we've crashed. Oh dear. That's a bit annoying. The whole computer crashed. Yes. But you still got sound? I bet you haven't got sound now. Have you? Inksy, let me know if you can still hear me. I can't move my mouse at all on the keyboard. Can anyone still hear me? Am I broadcasting? Because I can't, my computer's just totally, I can't do anything with my computer. Well, that's weird. Because Zwift has completely stopped. Zwift has stopped. Right, okay, what's happened is Zwift has stopped. I haven't got any access to my mouse on my computer. I can't move the cursor at all. But I can actually still hear Zwift sounds coming off the speaker in the computer. Oh, that's annoying. Well, I can't do anything about it because I can't move my yeah, you can hear sound, but the video's frozen. I know. Well, I don't know what to do because I have no access to my mouse, so I can't control anything at all. So essentially, for me, the computer has crashed. Even though I'm still broadcasting and the computer is still technically on, everything is frozen and I can't do anything at all. I'm gonna have to end it there, guys, I'm afraid. It's gonna be a bit of an abrupt. Do you know what? I bet it was me turning the camera angles on, wasn't it? It did something to the system. Oh well, I still need to run 6k as well. I'm gonna have to reboot. I'm gonna reboot and just run 6k. I'll probably broadcast it because that's what I do. So bear with me if you want to join me again in a minute.